1. Suction and dust extraction. This is where Dyson wants to win. The vacuum's Hyperdymium motor and cyclone design deliver enormous airflow. In my tests on hardwood floors, the machine snatched up fine dust, cereal crumbs, and sand with ease, even in auto mode. On rug edges, I ran boost mode, and it sucked in more than many bots I've owned at max power. The experience of flipping the bin open and seeing a fine layer of dust, rather than mostly just crumbs, was satisfying every time. 2. Edge cleaning via side duct. Because Dyson went for a full-width brush bar, there's no traditional spinning side brush. Instead, an extending side duct redirects suction near walls. In theory, this is clever. In practice, it's inconsistent. In a few rooms, it did pull in debris near the skirting board, but more often, it would veer away slightly and ignore the very corner, leaving a sliver of dust behind. Traditional robots with side brushes often flick debris toward their main roller better in those tight spots. 3. Mapping, navigation, and smart modes. Dyson uses a 360 degrees vision camera approach rather than LiDAR. The first mapping pass is slower than most robots I've used. It zigzags, pauses, scans. After a few passes, the map stabilizes, but I still saw errors. Rooms missing, misaligned walls, or the robot failing to return to the dock cleanly. On multiple occasions, I commanded it to clean the kitchen zone, and it went elsewhere first, ignoring that zone entirely. Auto mode worked fairly well in open rooms, but when clutter was high, the bot either hesitated or got stuck. In comparison, my experiences with lead DR-based bots have been more consistent in layout recognition and edge-to-edge mapping. Dyson's visual system is ambitious, but I sometimes felt raw suction couldn't compensate for missed coverage.